Karibuni everyone, and welcome to today's video. We're filming this from the North Mara Conservancy, and the river's flowing behind me after 2 nights of rain. There's lots of hippos, new babies that were born, and you can hear the backdrop. It's such a beautiful place. So, very auspicious place for this peaceful class. So start by bringing your legs into a comfortable position. If when you sit down you're always sitting with the same leg configuration, put the less dominant leg in front. It means balance the brain dominance and the position dominance by doing what would be less comfortable, a little bit more awkward. And take your hands into Chin Mudra. Close your eyes. Connect to this present moment. The sounds, the body, and the breath. Notice any preoccupations that are pulling you away from this moment. And give yourself permission to set those aside for the time allotted. And like always, we will start our class with our sankalpa, our personal resolve. Three times repeat your sankalpa. Each time you repeat your sankalpa, you are nourishing, watering, germinating that seed that you have planted in your unconscious mind. Keep coming back to the sankalpa each day. Now tune in more to the sensations streaming through your body. Notice the parts of your body that are speaking to you already. And in our practice, we want to pay attention to the sensations. Why? In paying attention to them, we activate the sensory nerves. So the sensory nerves are activated at the point of the body, let's say the right shoulder, but also in the brain. There is a bilateral connection, a bilateral pathway there. Brain to body and body to brain. By activating the sensory nerves, we are putting into motion a relay in our brain. That relay is initiated at the sensory part. And then the signal is sent along to the regulatory centers of our brain. It means we have an opportunity to regulate some vital processes in our body. That is muscle contraction, blood circulation, and nerve impulse. In this example, in my right shoulder. So to recapitulate, just by feeling the sensations in my right shoulder, I activate the sensory nerves. I'm putting a relay in my brain into motion so that the signal can be sent to the regulatory center to calibrate, let's say, regulate muscle contraction, blood circulation, and nerve impulse at that part, my right shoulder. So let that information make this practice more potent and more compelling. Don't waste any time while you're here. Tune in and feel each moment clearly and precisely. Slowly open your eyes. And make your way into Vajrasana, sitting on the heels. Take your fists to the very low abdomen, so they're just resting on top of your thighs. This is our pranayama, a version of Shashankasana. Take a deep inhale. Hold your breath in. And then forward fold, holding it in. Now come up on the exhale. Inhale. Retain your breath. Antar Kumbhaka. And forward fold with the breath retention. Feel your fists pressing in to the lower abdomen. Exhale to rise up. Inhale. Hold and fold. Use your fists to massage. Feel what's happening. Exhale, come up. Inhale. Drape your torso over your thighs. Exhale, come up. Now one more. When you're finished, bring your hands to Chin Mudra. Close your eyes. Become intimately aware of your breath. Open the eyes. Place your hands in front of you. Hook your toes under. And sit on your heels. Bring your hands to Namaskar. If this is difficult, you can take your hands down to balance. The more you pull the legs together, the easier this becomes. Point the knees down to erect your spine. Feel your thumbs at the sternum. Unclench the jaw. One more breath here. Slowly come up. Heels all the way up, 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 up. Bring your heels down. Close your eyes here in Namaskarasana. Bring your shoulders back and down. The inner arches of your feet, root them down. Open your eyes. Bring your hands to your hips. Bend the knees. And take the right foot a big step forward. Point both feet to the left edge of the mat. Now take your left hand down the left leg and your right arm up to the sky. Reach that arm also to the left. So I'm not mirroring you here. Compress the left side organs. Right side ribs lift up. Strengthen your quads. And the kneecaps will lift up a bit. Close your eyes and balance here. Tune in to the sensations streaming through your body. Slowly come up, keeping the eyes closed, and rest the right arm down. Take a cleansing breath. Feel your whole body, its position in space. Second side. Slide the right hand down the right leg. Left arm pull up, and then pull it to the right. Take up space in this posture. Strengthen your legs and strengthen your core. Side waist. They're both curved, but also strong and long. Now close your eyes. Be here many breaths, enough time to attune yourself to bodily sensations. Three, two, one. With control, rise up. Make your arms like wings. Swan dive down. Prasarita Padottanasana. Take a few breaths here and acclimatize to the stretch. Tilt your pelvis so the tailbone is pointing up and the buttocks are separating. Palms, step them down, straighten the arms. Walk arms to the right. Again, I'm not your mirror here. I'm going to my own right. At some point, you'll feel that you have a good amount of push and leverage from this left arm. Right arm, reach up. Look up. Your arms are facilitating the twist. Right shoulder blade. Glide it closer towards your spine. Don't slouch in the left shoulder. Become tall there. Include your neck in the twist. Feet, root the balls down. Close your eyes. Enter into a full body spatial awareness. Now look down. Dive down. Hang out. Second side, Parivrita, Prasarita, Padottanasana. Palm walk left. At some point, you'll have good leverage in that right arm pushing. Now left arm pulling. Take up as much space as you possibly can here. Be tall in the right arm and shoulder. Left shoulder blade. Pull it closer to the spine. Pull the tummy in. And create more length where you felt that. Close your eyes. Immerse yourself in the way this feels. One more breath. Exhale, dive down to the center. Bring your gaze to the top of your mat. Walk your hands there. The right foot is already there. And we can easily come into Anjaneyasana, bringing the left knee down. The shoelace is down too. Take a moment to settle in. Lean into the left side to open the left hip flexor. Feel that. Take your hands to the top knee. And you might stay here in an option 2. If this is too intense, come back to option 1. A further option, left hand, step it beside you or onto the left leg. Right arm up to the sky. In this option, we're coming into a back bend. All options, drop your pelvis forward and downward. All options, whatever's touching the mat, merge it into the mat more. Attune yourself to the sensations of touch, wherever they are. Close your eyes and balance. Now look forward. Place the palms there. Breathe. Left toes, hook them under and lift that knee. Exhale, downward facing dog. Be straight in your elbows as much as possible. Point the tailbone up. Root the heels down. Look between the hands. Left foot step there. Right knee down, shoelaces down. Let your hips lean a bit to the right so that you're opening up that hip flexor. This is a good option 1, and spending a lot of time here will prepare you for these further options in time. Option 2. Option 3, right hand comes down or onto the leg. Left arm up. Wherever you are, connect to your pelvis. It's your heavy ballast. Breathe in and make the ribs more buoyant. Attune yourself to the sensations of touch. Parts that touch the mat, where your hands are. Take your gaze forward. Place the palms there. Hook your back toes under. Lift that knee. Downward facing dog. Inhale into plank pose. Left foot, step it to the middle left edge of the mat and point it that way. Right foot, come to the pinky toe side. Left arm reach up. So this is an assisted side plank. And if you press into the left foot and lift your hips a bit, you get a nice stretch in the outer left hip. Flare the right toes. Left hand, flare the fingers. Open your chest and close your eyes. We're not trying to feel any particular way. Just observe clearly the way the body and the breath actually feel. Look down. Left hand down. Downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Forearm plank. Sphinx pose. In Sphinx pose, root your fingertips into the mat without moving the hands. Pull the ground towards your navel. Feel what that does to your lower back. Hook your toes under. Downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. For that version of side plank, right foot steps to the middle right edge of the mat. It points that way. Left foot come to the blade. Right arm up. Right foot, press it down and lift your hips higher. As high as you could in this shape. Bring the shoulder blades closer together to open up your chest. Close your eyes. Make your own intuitive adjustments based on the feeling tone of the shape. Three, two, one. Look down, right hand down, downward facing dog. Slide into the plank. Make it a solid timber. Forearm plank. Keep the solidity. Sphinx pose. Take a breath. Fingertips, root them down and pull the earth towards your navel. Use this to connect to your lower back. Traction the lower spine. Now close your eyes and count 3 deep belly breaths. Feel how the breath affects your spinal column. Fourth breath, hook the toes under, downward facing dog. You should be feeling your lower back right now. This Hatha yoga takes simple postures and works really hard in them. Look between the hands. Walk or hop there. Forward fold. Hook the peace fingers onto the big toes and bend the elbows to the side. Use the strength of your arms to deepen your fold. Pull your tummy in. Fold deeper. Release toes. Strengthen your legs and reach up to the sky to initiate a back bend. A strong arc of energy. Push your hips forward. Flare your fingers. Root the toes down. Inhale up. Exhale, Namaskarasana. Close your eyes. Make your breath sail from top to bottom. Open your eyes. Ekapada Utkatasana. In this posture, I will be your mirror. Sit into a chair. Now your right outer ankle, take it just above the opposite knee. Use your hands to hold on to the joints. Bend the right ankle joint, and that protects the knee. This is a good option 1. From here, lengthen your spine and feel that pull at the back of the right hip. Further option, start to revolve the torso to your left. Right elbow, take it to the sole of its foot and make the prayer twist. Press the palms together and press the elbow into the sole of the foot. All the while, lengthen your spine away from the pelvis. If at any point you need to get out, allow yourself to do so with control and without any judgment. To slowly come out, take the hands back to the joints of the right leg. Slowly stand up and then release. Tadasana. Close your eyes. Feel the surge of sensations through your body. Listen to the inner suggestion, the one suggesting balance in the body, symmetry. Second side. Sit comfortably into the chair. The left outer ankle sits just on the other thigh, right above the knee. Take the hands and press the left ankle and knee down. Pull your spine out of this. Stay here balancing. And maybe start rotating your spine to the right. Left elbow, bring it to the sole of the foot and press the palms together. Look at one point, it will help you balance. Move your shoulders away from your ears. Left knee, pull it down. Spine be long. Relax your jaw. First, bring your gaze down to the front and then start to untwist. Hands to the joints, slowly stand. Release into mountain pose. You are just aware, body and breath. Open your eyes. Interlace the fingers behind you. Notice that we always go for the same way of gripping the fingers. Do it the less dominant way. Balancing that brain dominance and certainly balancing the body. Bringing more symmetry. Pull the arms and shoulder blades close together. And already this initiates a back bend. Deepen this back bend. The arch is from the spine, not the knees. Keep the knees straight. Inhale to come up. Exhale, forward fold. And pull the interlaced fingers up to the sky. There's a tight grip there, so you can allow the wrists to be separated. Bring your cheeks towards your shins. Strengthen your triceps and pull your arms out of the shoulders. Feet, ground the inner arches down. Arms, take them to your back and drop them down to hang. Feel your new shoulders and your new shoulder blades. Palms down. Take your knees down. And just watch my demonstration before you go into it. So we've prepared our hips when we were doing that one-legged balancing. This is a similar posture, but from our back. So it's like this and like that. Now come onto your back for the Supta Kapotasana. Outer left ankle, put it just above the right knee. So same thing now on our back. Left arm, send it through this triangle. Interlace your fingers either at the shin or at the hamstring. Get a good grip.
Legs, let them lean to the right. Left ankle, bend it deeply so that the toes are pointing to the left knee. Right knee, pull it towards the right shoulder. Left knee, send it away from the left shoulder. Now fine tune this again and find that sweet spot for the stretch. I like to lean myself even more to the right. That's where I feel it the most. Feel it all at once. 3, 2, 1. Release the finger grip. Right foot down, left foot down. Knees touch. And come back to neutrality. Use your breath. Second side, Supta Kapotasana, the supine pigeon. Take the right ankle above the left knee. Right arm, send it through the leg triangle. Opposite interlaced grip at the shin or the hamstrings. Legs and hips, sway them to the left. Leaning that left. Right ankle, bend it deeply to point that foot to your right knee. Left knee, pull it towards the left shoulder. Right knee, send it away from the right shoulder. Once more, lean a bit left and feel the sweet spot. Know how to make your own fine attunements to find that sweet spot to stretch. 3, 2, 1. Finger grip, let go. Left foot down, right foot down, knees touch, and relax. Watch the sensations dissolve. Happy baby pose. Peace fingers grab the big toes. Let the knees and feet fall apart. Drop your shoulders down. Flatten the back of your neck down. Close your eyes. Connect to the part of your body where the sensations stand out above the rest. That's like the front door into the posture. So it brings you inside. So now that you're in, explore the sensory terrain. The longer you hold these postures, you can become more aware of the sensory layers of your body. from gross sensation to subtle sensation. You can also become aware of your mind and the way that it reacts. Likely a wandering mind, always going back into thought. Three more big belly breaths. Fourth breath. Close the legs together. Lift your torso towards your legs so that you can wrap your arms. Again, you would go for this dominant wrap. Do it the less dominant way. Make yourself into a tiny sphere. Pull your cheeks to your knees. Strengthen your neck. Move your shoulders away from your ears. Be stronger in your arms so the knees come closer together. Slowly bring the head down. Feet step down, wide apart. Knees touch. Like cheese melting on the pan. Just relax. Let everything drop. Setu Bandhasana bridge. With the middle finger, graze the back of the heel. That's a good base for you. Lift your hips up. Walk the arms and shoulders underneath you to interlace the fingers. Press into your feet and push the chest towards your chin. Make the back of the neck flat and long. Lift your heels up. Firm up the hamstrings and the calves. Firm up your glutes and your back. Press your arms down more. Bring the knees closer together so that the weight goes into the big toe mound. If you haven't already, close your eyes. Be aware of the right and left side body. And create symmetry. Count down 3 more breaths. First, when you're on that 4th breath, let the arms come apart. Bring your upper back, middle back, and then lower back down. Soles of the feet touch, knees fall apart. Left hand touch the heart, right hand touch the belly. Breathe here. Each exhalation, allow the hips to melt down more. You might be hearing the sounds of the hippos and the baboons. Right leg, stretch it out and lie it down. Left leg, do the same. Right arm and left arm lie down, the palms look up. Shavasana, corpse pose. Attune yourself to the sensations of touch. Feeling sensations. You are activating the sensory nerves. Putting into motion a relay in your brain. From the sensory neurons to the regulatory centers of your brain. Helping to regulate your body. Muscle contraction. Blood circulation. Nerve impulses. How incredible that all of this can be initiated with conscious awareness of sensation. While you practice your yoga, don't waste any time thinking about, planning about, remembering about. Stay tuned in to the sensory experience of being in the body. And these sensations become a focal point for our meditation. Keeping the mind fixed, sharply focused on the object of attention, the sensation. Sharpening that tool of attention. Our mind is the one thing that we bring into every situation. Why wouldn't we spend more time sharpening that tool? Count down 5 more breaths. Give your body a good stretch by reaching the arms beyond your ears and pointing the feet and toes. Be active in the stretch. Pull your rib cage away from the waist. And then relax, be soft. Reach the arms up to the sky, and that reaching will help you sit up into a forward fold. Inhale up. Exhale.
to your comfortable seat. And I'm always sitting with my right shin in the front, so I'm going to reverse that, balancing that dominance. Take a moment to drop in. Reestablish that connection. To bodily sensation. Bring your palms together. And we're going to do a palming exercise. So first, lick one palm, and then rub the palms together. The moisture just brings more friction and more heat. So we want to create lots of heat. You will need strength from the arms. Now take that heat to the closed eyes and let that heat penetrate. And again, palm. Work hard here. I'm going to explain why. Take that heat to the eyes. This warmth is helping your ciliary muscles to relax. The ciliary muscles control the lens of your eye. And we spend most of our day looking at things that are close. And so those ciliary muscles shorten, they contract. And they often spasm and strain in that contraction. Why? Because often when we're looking at something, short distance, perhaps a device, we're in a state of a bit of stress and adrenaline. Rub your palms and keep listening. So with that stress, we find that the ciliary muscles start to contract and spasm and sort of stay in that place. Now this heat is helping those muscles to relax. Just like heat on any muscles in massage or hot stones or saunas, helping the muscles to relax. Okay, palm again to the eyes. Let that heat penetrate. Relaxing those ciliary muscles so they can let go and lengthen, so that once again we can see far into the distance. Those muscles need to be long and relaxed to see far away. But we're losing that ability. And again, palm, create heat. This is our last time. Take that heat to your eyes. And this heat can also help increase the circulation of the aqueous humor. The aqueous humor is a liquid that sits in front of the lens and behind the cornea. And we don't want any stagnancy there. And so this heat can help move that liquid around. Now let your fingers run down the face. And the face has many reflex points. Reflex points means you press that point and there's a reflex. It connects to some other point on the body. And you can bring your hands into Namaskar at your chest. Close your eyes. Connect. Feel the breathing body. And the peace, the shanti that we have cultivated in our practice today. Let's share this peace. This is our work. To not hold these merits for ourselves. To share these merits with all things, animate and inanimate. We'll do this with the Shanti mantra. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Thank you for practicing, for taking the time to cultivate this Shanti and to share it. Hari Om Tat Sat. Okay. Ayurveda. So we're on the 4th class and the 4th segment of our day. And this is the kapha time of evening. So we had the kapha time of the morning. That was the first part of the morning, the 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. So now we have the kapha part of evening. And this is your 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. So the sun has set and it's getting dark and we're preparing ourselves for sleep. So important for this time. So it's roughly, of course, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., but it's really when the sun has set. So if you're in very north or very south in the poles, that would be shifted much, much later, and that time might be much shorter than this 6 to 10. That might be in the form of 1 hour or 2 hours or something if you're on the poles. But anyways, this is the time now to make sure that you're bringing the lights down. You don't want to look into too much bright light, as this will trick the brain into continuing to produce serotonin, and that's going to keep you awake and doing things. We want to produce melatonin so that we can fall asleep quickly and so that we can have high quality sleep. And we'll talk about that in the next class, why that's so important. And so what's good to do now is, well, ideal is light candles, because candles don't have the effect of causing our brains to produce more serotonin. Fire doesn't, but lights do. So if you can have some low lights, dimming them down, maybe even putting them onto the floor so they're not coming direct into the retina. Blue lights less, you would want red light more if you could, to take your eyes away from devices at this time. And this is helping your brain prepare for the sleep that will be coming. And so this kapha time is also a really good time to connect to others. So this would be the time of day to share time with loved ones, have a cuddle. If you don't have people around, you could get on the phone, if we do that on Zoom or whatever it is that you connect to people. Maybe leave a voice note for someone. That also has a feeling of connection. And it would be the best meal to share with people. So I said in another class that for ideal digestion, we don't want to be talking during our meal. But of course, that is an ideal situation, but we don't live our lives always in the ideal situations. We extend ourselves out for different reasons. So this could be a time to connect to people through a shared meal. However, meals taken after sunset should be very light and easily digestible. So this would be some sort of like a light soup, or a very light khichdi, something that won't take too much energy in digestion, because when you go to sleep, you're going to need that energy for regeneration and detoxification. You don't want it doing digestion. So something that could digest from this time of like 6 until 10. But the main goal would be for that connection time with people. And then there's the preparation for sleep, and this is very important in Ayurveda. So this might be taking a tea or a milk. It could be a happy cow milk or a nut or oat milk or something, and putting some nutmeg into that. This is really relaxing for the nervous system before you go to bed. Or a chamomile tea, skullcap, passion fruit flower. These are all calming and anchoring the nervous system so that we can more easily get to sleep. And in Ayurveda, having milk as a evening meal is also very normal. But again, try to have a milk that would be coming from a cow that is properly treated, and that cow's calf is also being properly fed. If it's factory farmed milk, then I don't think it has the same beneficial effect on our well-being, personally. So there's the liquid to take in for grounding the nervous system. And there's also the practice of doing abhyanga, so the self-oil massage on the feet. So taking an oil, sesame oil would be very good, and massaging the feet. And this is pulling down the vata, the wind, ether, air energy down to the feet to help ground it. We don't want too much movement up here. We want to bring that energy down and ground it. So really putting that oil on, and then you can put a pair of socks over top of that so that doesn't oil up your sheets or your floor. And so that self-massage. And then having, if you feel like it, a hot bath, so a warm bath. And there's different ways to make that bath even more sort of ceremonial for the sleep to come. Adding different essential oils or even salts, or perhaps even some seagrass into that bath. And then important would be doing your evening meditation or your mantra practice, chanting mantras, and your spiritual diary. So in the spiritual diary, you're taking the day and you're putting it onto the paper so that you can visualize it as Rebecca the vehicle was doing this. And I sort of externalize what I truly am. So I guess not saying externalize, but I see the body as different from what I truly am, which is the Atman Drashta. And so Rebecca did this, but I am not truly that. All of that which happened in the day can be adjusted, could be improved, could be changed in the next day. So we sort of see ourselves as like playing in a movie, and we don't have to be so entangled in or identified with those actions. We externalize them onto the paper, and then we can decide how we want to be. We can set the intentions and the sankalpa of what we would like tomorrow to be like. And it also cleanses the mind from everything that happened that day. It's the mental cleanse. So after you've done these practices of meditation or mantra or any other really grounding, more spiritual practice, then comes the spiritual diary, the journaling. And then 10, no later than, you would be going to sleep. And we'll talk about that more in the next class. Now, what might happen to you around this end here, around this 10 o'clock time, is you might feel this second wind, like this surge of energy. And you say, no, I meant to transform the world more. And I know many people that will then get back on their laptop and they'll continue working into those late hours. And it is true to say that there is the second wind that comes. That second wind is not meant for us to be doing anything externally. That second wind is energy that's supposed to be directed towards our regeneration, healing, repairing, and detoxification in the body. So that process is meant to happen internally while we're asleep. We're not supposed to use that for more work. So if you are that type of person that then starts working in the later hours, please try to stop that. It in Ayurveda is said to be, it ages us actually. It can be very drying on the body and the cells and the tissues. There could be malformed tissues because of this. We really want to use this kapha time to transition and prepare for the deep sleep that's going to come later. And that deep sleep is crucial to our well-being. So using this time to connect, to really wind down, to anchor the nervous system, to allow the darkness to enter. Some candles, really light lights. Treat yourself with the massage, the bath, the warm liquids that are going to be soothing for the nervous system, and some sort of internal practice of meditation, of journaling, maybe just chanting Om like we do at the end of our class. And then going to sleep. If reading helps you get to sleep, read something that isn't going to be too invigorating or release any adrenaline. Something of a wellness type of nature. And that might help you your lullaby and get to sleep. Bye for now. We'll see you in the next class. And thank you for practicing. Hari Om Tat Sat.